It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning, everybody around the world, people of the world, every boy and every girl. Spice up your life with a little back channel this morning. Good morning. You are watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver. Jam, good morning. I have a proposal, if you please,
Yes.
if you're up for it. And I know it's early. You're like, we just got started.
Already?
We just got started and already you're coming at me with ideas and suggestions. I was wondering if we could implement into the show a good morning switch, and then we switch sides. But it's like it's embedded into the show. Would that work?
You mean because entire show I'm just gonna be
I know. I don't like
trying
it.
to dodge this logo.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
Good morning. Hey, we did it. Perfect.
Look at that. Renee knows me too well. I will not have it. I will not have it. Look at morning. The chat is already on fire today.
Come on.
It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Chat's on fire. Renee, you might want to do a quick little audio test check real quick.
Okay.
But I do want, is that okay? Is it okay to say
would
that?
love nothing more.
Okay.
I would love nothing more. I
could be wrong. Is it me? Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I'm certain it's
Okay.
me. I'm certain. Hold on. Let's see why she's
Okay.
upset today. Okay, here we go. Cheers.
Whoa, okay. See, it's a difference. I'm hearing you in, loud and clear. It's just like, oh, hello. Who's that radio voice? Look at the chat. We've already got a hi from Kanak. Hello, Kanak. Good morning. I mean, this chat came in at 6:59. We weren't even on air. Kanak was hello, everybody. What's up? I want to say hi.
Let's do it.
Good morning. And then Doug, not far behind. Good morning, Jam and Renee. Good morning to you, Doug. And Nate here at the top of the show. Didn't want to miss a beat. Saying good morning, good morning. So James ended up watching the Susan Boyle video. Wow. Did I do my homework? The answer is no. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I am so sorry. I didn't. Okay. I forgot.
Well,
Sarah, can you make a note? I've got homework. No, I mean, Nate's on me, and I don't want to disappoint. I'm disappointing my fans, my friends, or Get On Uppers. And then, what is my Cleopatra song, or do you remember them? Oh, you mean like Cleopatra, like the band Cleopatra? Cleopatra Coming At Ya? The little British girl group that was managed by Madonna. Do y'all know about Cleopatra? To the point where I can't say it's one of my catchphrases is Cleopatra coming at you.
Yeah.
That's when I'd be saying
coming at you like Cleopatra, which we love. We love so much. I am not, this isn't even on my radar.
Just does.
It's not even on my radar. Look at that. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
all right,
man.
I'll get there. All right.
We'll have to play a little. I'll maybe. It's not my jam of the day today, but
okay.
Yeah.
Only fair.
Oh, was it Samantha Mumba song? Oh, we talked about someone wondering if you remember Cleopatra. Of course, I remember Cleopatra. Nate, of course, I remember Cleopatra. Cleopatra coming at ya. Cleopatra coming at ya. Life ain't easy. It ain't easy. She couldn't go. There were 12. She wasn't going that deep. But
I'm looking out. I have.
So I gotta go low.
I respect it, and I think it's good to know your capabilities. I've just Googled it to me. This looks fantastic. I'll add them to Spotify right now.
Sarah chiming in, but it's gonna change. See, even Sarah knows Cleopatra.
Come on. All right. I love it, and I'm happy for you. Man. I am thrilled for you, and I'm
living your best life.
For me, I'm more thrilled for me that I get to introduce myself to such a thing. What a gift! What a day for me! It'll be like Christmas morning. Now,
we both have our homework assignments. We both have our homework assignments early from Nate. You're listening to Cleopatra. I'm doing Susan Boyle, and full report tomorrow at the top of the show. Renee will listen to one Cleopatra song. I will watch the Susan Boyle video, and we'll report at the top of tomorrow's hour. So stick with you. All right, we already know what we're doing for tomorrow. There it is.
Can't wait.
Renee,
and by that I mean I will absolutely forget. And I will not be doing it. But I love that we've got a plan right now. I love that we have a plan right now. And then we can all look forward to me being like, great, I was supposed to do that. But right now, let's sit in the moment that I will. because that feels good. It feels good to think that you will do something. I love this part of the plan. This is great. Okay, good.
Great. Well, Renee, can you please
Yes.
let us know who do we have here with Get On Up today?
I would love another. Oh my goodness. What a true dream team. We got London. We got Melted Carp. God bless you. We got Curtis. We got Carrie. We got Educated Alpaca. We got Coordinated Monkey. Doug. Enchanting Baboon. Righteous Lynx. Marjorie. And Stacy. A true dream team. The likes of which I have never seen.
And Tim.
These names.
Tim is here. We got Tim. Good morning, Tim.
Absolutely glorious. I love it. Sarah in the chat just said, I'll make a note. I cannot express to you enough, people. You cannot get me to remember things. Notes won't do it. Reminders won't do it. There's no way I'll recall. I will do my best, but I think we should all set our expectations for Renee will forget, and then I might surprise you. Maybe. But we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Expect the unexpected. Look at the season of Big Brother. All right. Get On Uppers. What we love so much about the show, if you're first time here, you're like, how do I get involved in the action? You just into your Echo device. If you're watching on an Echo device or taking in the show on an Echo device, you just go say, and then everything that comes out of your mouth afterwards, it's just going to appear here. So also be careful, because you might say, think I want to go get some milk today. And he didn't call me back. Ooh, he going to get a piece of my mind. And then all that's going to be here. You're like, oh no, wrong. I didn't mean for that to appear here.
But listen, you were in the perfect place for that to happen. There's no other show that would embrace that and be like, I get you. Let's air it out. You were right. He's got it coming. We'll be right there with it. I mean, yes, I agree. Be mindful, but we got you if it happens.
We got you if it does happen. I mean, yesterday I was on one of my Slack teams on we use a system called Slack, which is a messaging service at work. Sort of like, I don't know, like it's like Twitter but for work, or like Facebook but for work, I guess. Is that how you would describe it or something? It's just a communication tool to communicate quickly with your colleagues.
Text. But for work.
How often do you people are just like, someone was going off in this group, and I was like, what? Because I was giving instructions, because I'm the lead of this group. I was giving instructions, and they were like, all I hear is blah 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 blah, and I was like, excuse me, what? And he goes, oh, sorry, this is wrong thread, and he deleted his comment.
I love that. That's real fun. I want to know what thread that was appropriate for. That's delightful. That is delightful. I mean, I'm sorry that you had to be like
falling off the wagon. Yeah, I was like, what is this? I just asked a very simple, hey, could you post about the virtual activity we're doing later?
Right. And just
oh, well, I've got a frozen Renee. Anybody else? All right. Well, I can't wait to hear what this is.
Funny. It's funny.
Okay, you're back. You're frozen. Okay. We got a little frozen, Renee, but I think we're good. We're good. We got you.
We're up and running. Okay.
We're up and running. You're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing it perfectly. All right, let's get into what we are getting into for today's show. We've got top of the show, Morning Jam. We want to know, what is your power anthem of the day, power anthem of the week, or what's just defining your week? We want to know. In a couple of minutes, we're going to dive into it. We're going to play celebrity birthday quiz. We've got some to catch up on from yesterday, and then I think we're going to get to the one today. We got some while in our working it. I think 3. We maybe can get through 3. 2 of them, one of them is so juicy, it might take up the whole entire thing, and it might just be like, yes. So we'll see. We got a while in our working it. We're gonna play game.
I'm so excited.
Is the situation of this person while in, or is it working it? It might be a little controversial. We're gonna see. I think we can handle it. I think we can handle a little controversy. Get on uppers. I think we can do it. It's all out of love.
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah.
And then we've got some news. Well, this gives me hope, or, well, what do we think about this? I think we might say for some of these, well, what do we think about this? Or, well, this gives me hope. And then I got to get out of here because I got to go do a workshop. So I'm leaving you with the ladies. You were in great hands yesterday, and I got to get on out of here. Renee, what are you and Sarah, our wonderful producer?
Well, now I'd love would love to tell you what I'm doing to poor Sarah. Now, it depends. It depends on the timing of such a thing. But yesterday I teased it, and today I am going to shoehorn it in. I'm going to tell you the history of chain restaurants. You tell me your favorite chain restaurant, and I'll tell you the history of it, providing it's on this list. I know. So
I'm like Five Guys. Is Five Guys on there?
Sure. Well, let's see. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a minute. And this is exactly how the segment will go. I'll scroll, I'll look,
taste,
and then we'll see if we can
Command
find
F, Renee. Command F.
I know, honey. I know. She's doing it. She was opening the thing. I do have Five Guys. Isn't that funny?
Oh, dang. Okay. All right. See, I'm already trying to stump you because I'm gonna miss the second. I mean, I might need to bump the news so I can get a little taste of this.
You can just get a little taste. But yeah, we'll say. I mean, listen, if it goes as well as that did, then you tell me your favorite restaurant, and I'll tell you how it started. But there's
Hamburger Mary's.
Only 25 on this. Will not be on here. That will not. I know. It should be. I'm not gonna make it cut.
Oh man, I love it. All right, great. So Renee's gonna do that, and then Sarah and Renee will close out with a little bit of Wednesday wisdom. And what are you watching? So that's what we'll do. All right, it's morning jam time. What is your morning jam? Get on uppers. We did get some comments here. We've got Nate saying always the reminder on. Nate, thanks Sarah for the note for Renee to listen to one song.
Just one song.
We need 3 minutes.
In fairness, it's not like I'm listening to so much music. I refuse to listen. There's just no time to do it. So if there is time to listen to it, I will make sure I get it in. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. You bet. All right. I would be curious on your opinions of Cleopatra coming at you. And once you listen to it, it'll be stuck in your head. And then I'm getting some compliments on my shirt from Stacy and my microphone. And you got to get out of here. You're leaving early, Stacy. We're glad that we have you while we can. And Curtis is just giving us the yes this morning. So we must be doing amazing.
Absolutely. What a team. What a good group. Yeah, I'm so excited about this this jam of the day. Wouldn't it be funny if I was just like, well, it's by a group called Cleopatra.
You're like, it's called Coming At You.
I didn't know it was by them. Look at that.
I don't. Yeah, the song is called Coming At You, like Cleopatra. Oh, is this them?
Yes.
We already got Tim chiming in of what Tim's song of the day is Respect Yourself by the Staple Singers. Woke you up yesterday, so it's been stuck in your head. This is how I love when jam of the days get into your, it's just a song, just like boop, it's in your head.
And there we go.
It's just in your head.
And now we got it. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so wait, I am so curious about not only your jam of the day, but also our Get On Uppers. Do Get On Uppers have a song that they are sort of like, this is it. This is what's helping me jam out this morning?
Well, Tim's is Respect Yourself, so we got it from Tim. Respect Yourself. Doug said today I'm listening to Rossford Police Department. That's the jam of the day. Well, they must be playing the hits over there on them.
Excuse me. Okay.
Barbara Streisand popping up on there. She needs help, and they're on their way. We got Stacy with the morning jam is Celebrity Birthday Song because we just sing it so well. And I'm curious what version is it? The Gimme More Celebrity Birthdays or Happy Birthday Celebrities? I don't want to
celebrities.
I don't know if I want to trigger it. Renee, what is your jam of the day as we're waiting for the other Get On Uppers to chime on in?
Oh, sure. You know what is so funny? That this song follows me around in a way that I think is, and this is just if you listen to radio. I don't even know who sings it, so Get On Uppers, I'm going to need your help. Who sings the song Here I Am Again on My Own? Going down the only road I've ever known. Here I am again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. I don't know who sings it, but I am so delighted that song has...
Bob Seger?
That sounds right. Yeah, let's see. Bob Seger? Hold on.
No, I think no. I think this is On the Road Again. Here I am.
Possibly. The internet has just helped me that it is Whitesnake. Whitesnake has
Oh,
brought
that makes
this
more
80s
sense. It was like
power
Bob
ballad to
Seger.
you. That seems, I mean, maybe.
Maybe he was
But
branching out.
it's possible. It's very listen, his outlier is this like power 80s ballad. But okay.
He's trying something different.
Right, exactly. But it was on the radio yesterday, and I think anytime in the like most dramatic, the most melodramatic way. Yesterday I was having a like, well, I guess I got to do it by myself type of a situation at work. But it also has come on eerily perfectly every time I'm on my way to go on a breakup. It is just the funniest thing in the world because I'm like, oh, maybe we'll be able to work this out. And then Whitesnake's like, nope. Just a premonition, a foretelling. Exactly.
So the universe is telling you you're on the road again. You know where this is gonna go.
It's true. It's true. And I do think we have now, honestly, I would love that mashup of On the Road Again and Here I Go Again on My Own. Delightful. Because Here I Go Again on My Own is Here I Go Again on My Own, going down the only road I've ever known. But wouldn't it be funny if Here I Go Again on my own, on the road again? I think it could
on
work.
the road again.
I'm not
I think it works.
mashy uppy, but I think it could work. Okay.
Also known as a DJ.
No, I'm pretty sure they're called mashies. I'm pretty sure. Am I wrong?
You're not a mashup scientist. And look at that. Tim knew again, because Tim knew. Whitesnake. Tim was like, is it Whitesnake? And of course it was Whitesnake. Absolutely. And I do appreciate Stacey was like, hold on, I'll go find out for you. And good guess, Doug, with 3 Doors Down. It does sound like a 3 Doors Down song. Maybe they did a cover of it.
Okay.
Well, my my jam of the day. Ooh, it's been getting me. It's been getting me going. It's called "I Don't Need a Man" by the Pussycat Dolls.
I'll take it. Okay.
And
all right.
A little bit of the chorus goes, I don't need a man to make me happen. I get off being free. I don't need a man to make me feel good. I get off doing my thing. I don't need a ring around my finger to make me feel complete. So let's break it down. I do my thing when you're not around. Oh,
delightful.
Power anthem. Pussycat Dolls said it best. I don't need a man.
I love it. So are you okay?
I'm doing fine. Well, it's possible anything that I'm not okay. I don't need a man.
I
nice
respect it.
Just a nice remember. I don't need a man. It's I love that song because it's very in your face, very aggressive. You can't lock down these Pussycat Dolls.
So good.
They're so great. I also love the Pussycat Dolls because they just write music. They're like they write music that like only they can get away with. Like they just write like we're pretty, we're hot, and we're doing our own thing, you know. But also some empowering. Like they're like, I don't need a man, I don't need a ring, I don't need all this sort of stuff. Right. But they're like their first song was called Don't Ya, and essentially it was like, don't you wish you were with me instead of the girlfriend that you're with? Yeah. We're not gonna be together, but we can have a sleepover. But that's it.
You.
Yeah.
It is very, very funny that it was intended for the Pussycat Dolls, and then this middle-aged woman will be like running clumsily of just like, yeah, also me. I don't know.
Renee. Dancer Renee. I throw you right in there. You get in there. They need like the fun one. You know, they take themselves too seriously, and you're just like
one that's just a little bit sweaty off to the side. I'm like, you go on without me. Okay. All right.
Oh my god. Tim also chiming in. Oh, on the flip side, the Eurythmics had a song called I Need a Man. Wow. That's not my theme. Sorry, Eurythmics. No. We're on different sides of this coin. No. We are on different sides. I love Eurythmics. I love it. But we're on different sides of the coin. I remember there was when Don't Ya came out, I was in college, and there was this guy that I was kind of like talking to, but he had a boyfriend, but we were flirting. And that song came on at a party, and I was maybe a few tequilas too in, and boy, did I do a number to try to like seduce him to that song. I was like, it's
and
on.
it worked. Yeah.
And my
And of
friend
course
was
it worked.
coaxing me because this was like our jam, and she put it on. She like put it on her iPod. It was like, go for it, do it.
Go do it. Absolutely go do it. And did it work though? Did it work? A little bit it worked, huh?
No, absolutely.
Oh,
And for the best.
should have
It's
worked.
totally fine.
Okay.
The Pussycat Dolls also have a song called React, which is essentially about like, you're too nice, and so I'm causing fights to just try to get you to react.
Oh my god, these little troublemakers. Oh my goodness.
Only they.
I know.
Yes, the lyrics are, when I get messed up at the party, I make a scene and get upset. But when I wake up in the morning, you bring me breakfast in bed and act like there's nothing to forget. Maybe I should count my blessings that you're just that type. So call me masochistic, but sometimes I want to fight. Every time I leave, you pull me closer. I hang up the phone, you call me back. Why don't you mess me around like you're supposed to? You're turning me cruel because I'm just wanting you to react. Been there before, I'll tell you that.
Listen, I'm making a note. Cleopatra, react. Got it. I got it. I'll be doing all of this. Perfect.
These lyrics are so outrageous and only they can get away with it. I will tell you, definitely been guilty of doing this in a relationship where you're just like, I just want you to react. You're being too nice. And clearly you just shouldn't be together.
Well, and I think that is the tricky thing about dating a nice person is that there are dynamics in a relationship because you can't, it doesn't work to have both people be nice. So if one person is always nice, then that sort of forces the other person to be the bad guy. So I think there is an element of, I'm going to push you so that this gets equal because I can't always be the bad guy in this. Or you could just have a conversation where you communicate. Hi. I don't want to be the bad guy.
I think that's yes. Yeah. I think Renee should do, you could be the therapizer of the Pussycat Dolls. Yes. Like, okay, ladies, let's sit down and have a conversation. Billie Eilish, yes, the bad guy. Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Stacey's saying, Renee, that you remind her of the good cop, bad cop situation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I will say I was on there. There was sometimes someone can make me like, I feel like they're doing this to me. They're trying to get me to react. And I'm like, I'm becoming ugly. I'm becoming mean and snippy. And it can happen a lot sometimes in the gay community where it's just like, I don't know, people be so shallow that it's just everyone can be just so mean and nasty. And I'm like, well, now I'm being mean and nasty and I don't want to be like this. But to Renee's point, I probably just need to communicate what's going on with me, that my needs and my wants aren't getting met. Or have you ever been on you're dating somebody, you were in a fight before, but now you got to be in public with like friends.
Oh God.
And you give like public digs at the other person, right? You're like, oh yeah, well, I mean, not like you're ever on time, right? Like, and you're kind of fighting out loud, but everyone kind of thinks like, oh, this is funny. They're just kind of like, jabbing each other a little bit, but then it takes a corner and it's like, oh, these two are not okay. Everyone's awkward.
So bad.
And has that ever happened to you?
That hasn't, no, but I also but I do have an anecdote about a friend. I'm trying to wait, no, because I want to honestly, have I ever done the like, no, I think it's that performer element in me that I just, no, I'm not. I think it's a huge character flaw, but I want to tell you about my friends who made everyone feel very uncomfortable, but they were like, hear us out. So they would bicker, like they would take that fight and they would showcase it for everybody, not in a performative way, but just in like, this wasn't done in the car, so we're going to finish it here. And like friends would like go to them and they'd be like, hey, are you guys okay? And they're like, the thing about waiting for the fight makes it grow because then you just feud and you fester and you just so though we're sorry that we're making everybody feel weird, if we handle it now, it will not be an issue later. And it was just sort of this like interesting thing of just like, well, gosh, you've really brought us into the bedroom. But it was good for their relationship.
Wow.
So yeah, it's an interesting thing of just be honest with your feelings. Yes. What's going on in the chat, Jam? Tell me.
Well, I just want to say that Tim dropped this bombshell of news that Tim, you went to the Christina Aguilera and Pussycat Dolls concert. I would have loved to have gone to that.
Yeah.
What album was that? Was that her Candyman time, or was this Stripped? Because I feel like Stripped, she was with Justin Timberlake on that one. Curious what album. That sounds like a great, fabulous concert.
You would have lost your mind, Jan. You would have loved that.
Lost my mind. Yeah. All right. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't keep this truck on going to Happy Birthday, Celebrities. Happy Birthday, Celebrities. Happy Birthday. Oh, Tim, the Back to Basics album. Christina Aguilera was doing a good job of taking the Madonna playbook, because Britney was already doing, like, the dancing and being,
sure.
She was already poised to take Queen of Pop.
Right.
But what Christina did well was she would reinvent herself every album, right? Mm-hmm. So she was like, I'm a good girl. And then she was like, I'm nasty. I'm dirty. Wearing these chaps and nothing else. And people were like, whoa.
Goodness. In a wrestling ring, no less. Okay.
And
wait,
then
am I picturing? Yes, that video,
with
right?
Redmond. And then she came back and she was like, Candyman. She went like straight up like 1920s. Like she just kept like every album was going to do like a new sort of thing, which Madonna was really good at doing that as well. But
right. And then Back to Basics. Well, Tim, we're very excited that you did that. That sounds like a blast.
Yes, I am not jealous, but envious, according to Brene Brown. Because jealousy would mean that you would have something of mine and I'm afraid you're taking away. And envy is, I want that thing that you have.
I also want that. Stacy is ready with her give me birthdays. Give me birthdays. Give me
birthdays. All right. It is yesterday, dipping into the pot of, I think this is a sad one. Because it would have been. It would have been their birthday. Colin Powell. Colin Powell passed away, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah.
She's former Secretary
of State. Pretty sure. It was like a big sad thing. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. Okay.
Died on last October.
Last October.
That's right.
Yeah. William Powell, former Secretary of State. He grew up in this NYC neighborhood, just like Jennifer Lopez. What? And if you've never played Celebrity Birthdays before, I'm going to ask you these trivia questions, and you all will work with Renee to guess the right answer. So you could say, Staten Island, and that would not be correct, but just as an example.
So say it again, which New York City?
Yes. What NYC neighborhood did he grow up in? Just like Jenny from the block.
I love it. So we know Jenny's from the block. Which block is it? I will be going with New Jersey. That's where I think she's from. Could be wrong about that, but I think she's Jersey. I am 40% sure. So get on numbers. This is where you come in. Where is Jennifer Lopez from? We're pretty, Hell's Kitchen, final answer. We think that both Jennifer Lopez and Colin Powell are in the Broadway district.
Man, Alexa is rated G, or Backchannel short is rated G. No, they couldn't even let you. Yeah, there we go, Tim. Let's get right. This is a kid's show. I mean, HE double hockey sticks kitchen. Oh man, Backchannel was like, oh no, we will not be saying. When we say Hell's Kitchen, is it beeped out? What if it like caught us? It was like, beep.
I love it.
All right. So let's review. There's a song to always help us remember where Jenny is from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm so Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, but I now have a lot. And I know where I came from. The Bronx. Yeah.
The Bronx. From the
Bronx.
Yeah. Here I am trying to put them both in New Jersey. Yeah, from the Bronx. Okay.
Can you name Colin Powell has I didn't realize this until I was reading his book. Colin Powell has a cousin that is a very famous writer this writer really helps us to get us to think about this writer helps us to get to is known for helping us to see things in like a different way. They wear glasses.
Okay.
They wrote Outsider, The Tipping Point. Any of these books sound familiar?
Malcolm Gladwell is their cousin?
Yes, they're cousins.
Really?
They were cousins. I know. So wild. Yeah, they were cousins.
I mean,
wild?
it makes they're both that. I mean, as far as the impact they have on the world in a positive way is equal. But those seem, gosh, that's fascinating. Okay, cool.
It's because they both have Caribbean roots from Jamaica. But I think it's through their mother. Which I actually didn't even know that Malcolm Gladwell was half black. But yeah, Malcolm Gladwell and Colin Powell are cousins.
So cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Malcolm Gladwell is never mind. That doesn't matter. That is a fun fact for a nerd, of which you were not. So I will.
What? I am pretty nerdy. I Outsiders is it's a really great book. Malcolm Gladwell. If you get your hands on some Malcolm Gladwell, absolutely. What are some of the top books that you'd recommend? Outsider, Tipping Point is a good one.
What's the Strangers one that will make you paranoid, but is so good?
He's just such a really great way of just sort of surveying history and the past and getting you to sort of think about things in a different way. He's just really, really smart.
Exactly. And if you want to be paranoid about how you cannot trust anyone ever, I recommend Talking to Strangers. It's great.
God. Oh, all right. Welcome to Pat Chapman. Welcome. We're playing celebrity birthdays. Yesterday was Haley Atwell's 40th birthday. Go off. Haley Atwell, our very own.
Happy birthday, Haley Atwell. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Haley Atwell. 41, you're saying?
She's just 40. Just 40.
Oh, 40.
Just
Aww,
40 years old. 40 years old.
Exciting.
Yep.
Right.
I know. Sarah can see me pausing.
Sure.
Sarah in the comments is like, listen, I tried to give you a good trivia question. I just don't know if this is as accurate as we might think. The question is, what is the first movie she appears in? What is her most recent MCU appearance? Can we name? Yes, Tim, she is Agent Carter, but what is her most recent MCU appearance? What is her most recent, like out of everything that's out, what is her most recent MCU appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
This is where you guys come in. Okay, wait, MCU. What's been so Agent Carter, what's been was it an Avenger? How about this? Can you hot or colder with us? Like warmer, colder. Okay.
Sure,
So is it one of the Avenger movies?
It's actually past that.
It's past.
Sarah had it as Endgame, but I'm kicking it up a notch. She's been in what is her most recent MCU appearance. Where have we last experienced Agent Carter?
Thank you guys. Let's see. Tim, did you nail it? Okay.
Tim and Nate.
Yeah. You got okay. She was Captain America and the recreation. Everyone's someone different in the multi-universe. Okay. What episode? Okay. All right. Yes. All sounds good. So Captain America?
No, keep going. Keep reading more comments.
Okay. More comments. She's scrolling up. She did the voice of What If episode where she gets the super soldier serum from Steve. So help me out. Or maybe you could just tell us. What is it?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. That's why I said look at the more comments, and that is it exactly. So what if? Yes, that's it.
Yes,
that is the answer.
What if is a series? Is that right?
Yes,
I think that's right.
Yes.
Okay. I thought. I'm so sorry. I thought that Tim was hypothesizing. I'm like, what if she did an episode?
You're like, great idea, Tim, but that's not helping me with trivia right now.
He's always right. I should trust him. him. I should trust him. Okay,
No,
so
he literally is gonna be
there
the
is a
name of the
series called
show.
What If, and she was
Yes,
just
which we
in
will
that.
get to.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Where
But she was
she gets the
also
super
in
serum.
Avengers Endgame. Okay,
She was also in Avengers
perfect.
Endgame. She gets the super soldier serum and becomes Captain Carter. We will get there. We will absolutely
So
get there.
Renee is outnumbered by comic book nerds. I'm honored to be. It is honored to be such.
You're doing
Mhm.
well. You're doggy paddling. You kind of knew
It's
some
a
of these
doggy paddling.
words.
Well, together, I think we're a dominant super force because you guys have the nerd section covered and I have the geek section covered because I'm a
Right.
theater
They're like
geek.
robots and
So you've
science
got
and
the comic book
dance.
nerds, right? So
Yes.
I love science and musical theater, and you guys love
We're a
all the
dynamo
cute.
team. Listen, new notes. Oh, Sarah, I know we're in the middle of celebrity birthdays, but since we just talked about what if and the multiverse, I threw up a poster of a movie that I did go see. We'll get to it, but I would love to tell you all what I did for Treat Yourself Tuesday before I leave, because it's because of you and I have to give you all thanks. So please remind me. I would love to share with you what I did for Treat Yourself Tuesday, and I have to thank you. I have to thank you all.
I
All
love it.
right,
I love it. Love it.
we're in the middle of this. We'll do this. Pharrell Williams had a birthday yesterday, turned 49. Name his song. Can you name his song with Snoop Dogg? He did a song with Snoop Dogg.
Oh
Can you
boy.
name that tune? Ba, ba, ba,
Oh
ba,
gosh.
ba, 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 do, 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 ba, 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 da, 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 da,
Um, First, Nate, I have not seen the new Magic School Bus, but I will absolutely check it out. We're
Ooh.
we're the Power Rangers of trivia,
We
and Jam is giving
are.
us
Dibs on
show.
pink. I guess I gotta wear green.
Okay. Well, no, you can call pink if you
No,
want.
because in their real world, they have to always wear what they always wore in the suits. So
Oh, I
I'm the
see.
Green
Okay.
Ranger. What is that?
Okay.
Chartreuse? Are you what is that? Lilac? Are you the Lilac
Oh,
Ranger?
those are colors you're saying. I was like, it's
Yes.
blue.
Oh, I can't. You're very tiny. I can't see too well right now. Can you
No, I
name the
think you're right that
song?
it is chartreuse and light. Yes. Okay. So Pharrell Williams and who?
Snoop Dogg.
Who?
Snoop Dogg. They did a
Snoop Dogg.
song, and
Okay.
the song was
Okay. The thing that you're
"Drop
saying
It
sounds
Like It's Hot."
familiar. Drop it like it's hot. Okay.
Drop it
All
like
right.
it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Can you name the
It's
band that he was in before he went solo? So Pharrell Williams was in a band. They made music together before he went off and was like, "I'm just gonna be Pharrell Williams." Can you name that band?
look at
It
that. All
was
right. Get our numbers.
4 letters, and you've mentioned it's it's 4 letters that spells out something that you just said. We all are.
Oh, look. Okay. So he was in a band called that we all are.
Uh,
Either
yes.
team, geek, nerd.
Okay,
No.
and actually, Nate is
Okay.
actually correcting me. He's actually been in a few things. So the Neptunes is
Okay.
one. He was a part of the Neptunes,
Right.
which is a duo. But before the
Perfect.
Neptunes, he was in a
Mhm.
band because the Neptunes was 2 of them splintered off. But
Okay.
he was in a band called NERD, which spells out
Oh,
nerd.
we love
Yeah.
it. Nerd, which is the answer I said. Love it. So when I
Yes,
said
you
it, you
did.
could have been
You
like, "You nailed
already
it. You got it.
you did. You did
Perfect.
it, Renee.
Great job.
I have
Perfect."
no notes.
Love it.
Yesterday was Sterling K. Brown's birthday, who turned 46.
Ah, we love him. We love him. We love him. We love him.
Wow, this is one that I would not have known this, and gotta speed to you all. Can you name his first movie ever? The hint is that my husband was also in it. So I guess this is a
Oh
movie that
boy.
maybe Oscar Isaac was also in. I actually don't even know this
That's
movie,
right.
and I think I have to get a divorce and no longer can claim
No, you
Oscar
certainly
Isaac
do
as
not.
mine. Nope.
Um,
I
Stacey, when you said my husband is Oscar Isaac, and she goes, ding, ding, ding. Yes, correct. That is your husband. Absolutely. All right, get on numbers. I need you. So Sterling K. Brown, Oscar Isaac. It was Sterling K. Brown's very first movie. Those are our hints. Do we know what his very first movie was? He's so good. The talent on this man is I predict EGOT. I feel like it's on his way any minute now.
mhm.
Gosh, I really wouldn't even know where to start with what movie that could be. I'm so sorry. Sarah, to you, I'm sorry. To Jam, I'm sorry. I
No,
don't know.
yeah. The movie was called Mojave. Mojave was
Okay.
the name of the movie. I don't know that I am
Put it on the
familiar
list.
with that one. Yeah, we'll add it. We'll add it to the list. I think he was Detective Fletcher in it, and the movie is described as this is pulling up. All right. So Mojave came out in 2015. I missed that. I don't know what I was doing. You know, I was traveling the world. That's what it was. It is starring
Okay.
Oscar Isaac, Garrett Hedlund. Sarah, did you see this movie? Do you recommend it? Is this like a goodie, a good one? Seems like a detective story. Anyways, a famous Hollywood director is feeling dissatisfied with his life. The issues, it's including the disintegration of his marriage, which will probably end with an expensive divorce and loss of custody, blah, 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 blah. They're in the Mojave Desert. And Sarah says, no,
Okay.
she has not seen it. And
Okay.
there we are.
Well, but cool. That's exciting. I'll, you know what's so interesting? I feel like it's age that has done this, not skill, not intelligence, not anything else. But I can very accurately tell if I'm going to like something in 5 minutes, sometimes less.
And
It's
so you
never,
can
and
already
I'm
tell
never
you're not
wrong.
gonna like
Yeah.
this. Yeah. But,
No, no, no. I
are
mean,
you
I have to watch it. It has to start. So I will push
okay,
play, and within 5 minutes, I can tell you if I like it or not. Not wild.
interesting. And,
I know.
I rarely will I'm a completist, so once I hit
Yeah.
play, I'm
Yeah.
locked in, even if I think that
Uh,
this is, like, gonna be excruciating. It's so hard for me to not finish something, like a book, a movie. I am such a completist, so, like,
right.
I only rarely have, like, stopped. If I don't finish a movie all the way through, it means it just was not for me. It was
Yeah.
not great. So,
Okay.
be
Yeah. No,
warned.
that's good. And I think
Can
that's
you
good. I think it is good to finish. It's just a matter of whether or not I'll like it or not.
Okay, all right, you'll because I know people who are just like, nope, done, stop, and
Right.
moving on. Can
Sometimes.
you
No.
believe today? It is Paul Rudd's 53rd birthday.
What is
Lies,
this
this
man's
ageless.
secret? What is his serum? We need to
It just
know.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You
Yeah.
know what will happen? What could happen is he'll just all of a sudden just like boom, like just become old. Like it'll just all catch up with him like all at once.
Yeah.
I bet he doesn't
Possibly.
drink. I bet he doesn't like, smoke or do anything. He just eats very healthy, gets plenty of sleep.
Probably.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll absolutely do it. Real quick, we got to swing back to Tim saying with the description like blah, 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 they're in the Mojave Desert. How can you resist? Tim, you're funny.
The description was very long, and I was like,
Sure.
what? Usually the synopsis will be just a couple of sentences. Y'all, it
Right.
was like a paragraph, and I'm like, we don't have time. We still have to
I
get to
can't.
Wyland and work in
I
it.
couldn't possibly.
And I gotta tell you what my treat your Tuesday, but
You sure do.
let me
Okay,
hopefully
so Paul Rudd's 53. Somehow, some way, we'll never know how. Uh,
yeah. Well, hopefully y'all
what's
are
gonna
Friends fans. So he was on Friends. Whose boyfriend did he play on Friends, and who officiated the wedding ceremony? So this is
Oh, I love
we're looking for
this.
2 characters on Friends. Now
Okay.
you got like you know, you're trying to name 2
Right.
of the 6 characters. So whose
Sure.
boyfriend did he play on Friends, and who
Right.
officiated the wedding ceremony? We're going deep
Okay.
into
Get
your
on
Friends.
uppers. Let's see. Okay. Need to sing Phoebe. That seems right to me. I like that.
You already got that.
Everybody else.
So Phoebe's
Everybody else on board
locked
with Phoebe.
in. That's
Okay.
correct. And then
Okay.
who officiated the wedding?
Oh, who officiated the wedding? All right. Let's see. Okay. Tim and Nate also agree. Okay. So Phoebe, we got Phoebe locked in. Terrific. Who officiated the
Mhm.
wedding? Tim, Nate, do we know? That part I wouldn't know. It's Phoebe, so probably something like The Ghost of Christmas Past? Is that it's something well, called Gunther. I like Gunther. That seems fun. Okay.
That would
All
have been
right, okay.
fun. I think
Um,
that would have been a better one. It was Joey.
okay.
Joey.
Oh, that's
Joey.
sweet. That's good. I bet that was a fun thing to watch. Okay. Well, I love it.
All right.
I'm
Zach
having vague
Braff.
memories of that. Mhm, go ahead.
I don't think I got there. Zach Braff turned 47. I Can you name the two questions for you? Can you name the long-running medical comedy drama? I mean, they had some drama in it. It was a long-running comedy drama that he starred in that took place in a hospital.
Gotcha. Okay, so this one I know, but Get on Uppers, let's make sure we all agree. What was the name of that show with Zach Braff that he was on? That Jam is correct to say drama, but I think you first think of it as a comedy. And sometimes a musical.
Sometimes it is a musical.
Yeah, Tim, there you go. Gotcha. Love it, love it.
Scrubs.
So yeah, okay, so we're going to lock in Scrubs. Perfect.
That is correct. Follow-up question. Can you name who his name the actor who played his best friend? And they're also best friends in real life. They had a podcast together during the pandemic. Can you name the actor who is his sea bear to the Gizmo? Gizmo and Sea Bear, as they would call themselves.
On Uppers. Do we want to all say it together on 3? Everybody together. Get that channel to come out. We got it. Donald Faison.
Oh, you know what, Renee? I actually thought you were stalling.
Oh, sorry.
I thought you were like, all right, get on up first. I thought you didn't know. You're like, should we all say this at the same time? 1, 2, 3.
I think there is a
Barry.
Also, say his last. Is it Faison? Is it just Faison?
Mm-hmm. That's what I say.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if it was fancier than that. He is so funny.
Oh, okay. He's hilarious.
If you know how people like assign themselves to a character, you're absolutely. I think we're all Donald Faison. Who's gonna pick Zach Braff? Happy birthday!
Yeah, no, I know, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Like, I've had many friendships where we call each other Gizmo and Sea Bear because that was their nicknames for each other, and they have actually such a beautiful friendship, very sort of Oscar Isaac, Pedro Pascal, where they just have this very beautiful, intimate, like their characters on the TV show. When you rarely saw men having friendships like this, but they do have them in real life, and just being able, you can just love each other, and it's totally fine.
Best friends. Just be best friends. And Tim, how very dare you? I need you every moment of every day. Never leave me. I need help. Always. I just happen to know Donald Faison's name. That's it. Well, happy birthday to Zach Braff. 47 today. Is that what you said? 47?
47, yeah. Let's get to one last one. It's Billy D. Williams' 85th birthday.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sarah's bringing out the heat for this one. So we're gonna go with Sarah's tough question, and then James's softball question. Finally, I'm bringing the soft ones, and Sarah's bringing it.
Terrific.
Can y'all name Billy D. Williams' first movie? Everybody knows his first movie was
Star Wars. Oh, sorry. Get on Uppers, and that's probably the wrong answer. So let's see. Help. Get on Uppers. What was Billy D. Williams' very, very first movie? And this is Sarah's question or your question?
Sarah's question.
Sarah's question.
You're like, who am I going to be angry with later? Who will I?
No. Yeah, just so I can make
my.
Let's see. Oh, Lady Sings the Blues. I love that. Maybe. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. What was his very first movie?
That's such a great guess. Lady Sings the Blues, Tim. It's not Lady Sings the Blues, but great guess. Great guess. It was The Last Angry Man. The Last Angry Man. In 1959. An aspiring journalist's story of his aged uncle doctor leads to the uncle's life being profiled on TV.
Whoa. Okay. Put it on the list.
Follow-up question. Can you name Billy D. Williams in Star Wars? So Renee, you are correct. Can you name his character's name in Star Wars?
Oh boy. All right. Help. Get on Uppers. I need you.
Call on the nerds. Call on the nerds.
Yeah. Come on. Nerds, activate. What is Billy D. Williams' character's name in Star Wars? Everybody
gosh.
together on 3.
See, now she's stalling.
Do hold on. It's like, well, okay, hold on. Are you telling me what it is? I can picture it. It's like dough. It ends in dough. There we go. Thank God, Tim. Okay.
Dough.
Lando. Dough. It's like something dough. Dough. Lando is what it is. Okay.
Yeah, Lando Calrissian. That is the correct answer. And shout out to Sarah, because I asked Sarah to turn up the heat on these questions, and she did. You did it perfectly, Sarah.
Killed it,
Now we
Sarah.
learned
Good job.
something. We learned a
And
little
get
bit of
on
something
uppers.
there.
Absolutely incredible. Great. We're happy to have these questions, but also, like, Sarah trumped me every single time, stumped me every single time. But my get on uppers knew it all. You guys are smart.
Yeah.
Got a smart team here.
Well, can we, Sarah? I put up a picture of the movie I went to go see yesterday. So I took your all's advice. I went to go see this film here. Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a great film. It's about the multiverse. It's starring Michelle Yeoh. So yesterday was Treat Yourself Tuesday, and I wasn't gonna treat myself to anything, but then I heard Renee going to dinner, and everyone was doing all these fun things, and I was like, I need to treat myself to something. So that I did.
Yeah.
I did. I treated myself to this movie. I went to the Alamo Draft House, which I'd never been. It's kind of like it's like a movie theater dubbed for like people who love movies. So it's kind of snobby, I think, in some ways. I don't know. What do you think, Renee? Like, has anybody been to an Alamo Draft House? Like, there's certain, like, you're not allowed to, and I love the rules. Like, you can't like talk during the movie, like, which is perfect. Like, I just feel like I don't know, maybe it was just in my head, but there was like an air around. It felt just sort of hipstery in some ways. Sure. And I didn't really fit in.
I like that exists. I like that there's a place for fans of things to be like, hey, we all agree on these rules. But there is I think that this is my beef with fandom, is that it so quickly turns into a clique and exclusionary. And like, well, you're not a good enough fan. And you're like, I don't know. So if it's an abrasive type of like, everybody in here, so long as you play by the rules, get on in here. And I don't believe that Alamo Draft House has that type of mentality around it. They're just, prove it.
And Tim brings up a point that like I was thinking about you, Renee, during the theater, because if you all remember, Renee told us the history of movie theaters. This is why Renee's segments are so good, because they stick with you. Like, I didn't really think about that, and now I know. But Tim's point, in the Alamo Draft House, they serve you full-on meals during the movie. And it's kind of distracting. And I also I'm just here for 2.5 hours. I don't need like a 3-course meal. But I could see the incentives, like getting there early. Like, I had a beer. I like that sort of thing of it. But I just think like I can get a full-on pizza delivered to you, and the poor people who are serving, they have to try to like duck underneath. They're trying to like not block the movie. But of course they are, like, they're blocking. You can't help. And then they're giving you your check during the towards the end of the film. Like, I have very mixed feelings about this. And the first screen I went to, it was a very tiny theater, and I was sitting so close. I was like this to the screen, and I was like, wow. I trusted my gut, and I was like, nope, not today, Satan, not today. And so I just went. I was like, that theater's too small. And they're like, well, we have another showing in an hour. And I was like, fine, I'll get a beer. And so it's further away, so that was better. But yeah, I feel like sometimes, like, I have a big screen TV. I'm like, if I'm leaving my house to go watch I want something big. So I think it's just this was the perfect film to see it, because it's very indie. Again, going back to the film, Everything Everywhere All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh, and it's about a multiverse theory that there's all these different versions of us. It's very, I feel like now, like, cinema is really exploring issues of like generational trauma and generational like stories and experiences, and like maybe like lives not lived sort of thing. And like, it's a really, really great movie. Has that indie feel to it, but it's funny. It's got really great action. Tim, you were right. Tim said yesterday, he's like, everybody's saying this movie is amazing. And I was like, Tim and everybody are
Equally
absolutely
amazing.
correct, because it
Yeah.
is, as I like 10-15 minutes into the movie, I thought, oh, this might be on one of my top 10 list of best movies, because it's just
Oh,
so
wow.
it's so well done, and well
Okay.
executed. It's just very, they just don't make movies like this anymore that take risks. And finally, Michelle Yeoh,
Right.
front and center. She like she's been in the industry for so long, and finally, like,
Yeah.
her, just seeing like the cast really focuses on this like Asian, this, Asian family. Jamie Lee Curtis is also in it, and she has like
Oh,
a very
fun.
hilarious
Of
transformative
course.
role.
Cool.
But it's just like, it's I don't know, I like this new era of filmmaking that we're in, where it's, like, yeah, like, let's put some, Asian folks front and center, and exploring these
Right.
issues and conversations that are very relatable to everybody. So, and just Michelle Yeoh,
Incredible.
finally starring in a movie, and a really, really
Yeah.
great, interesting, risky, weird
I love it.
movie.
I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much for sort of being our boots on the ground and checking it out. But we'll all go see it. Is it so that I can properly prepare myself, because I want to appreciate it for the artistic, like, groundbreaking thing that it is, on the like fragile, fragile side. I think I do have a pretty significant fear of growing old, being put in like a senior box, and they just put goggles on me and like, why don't you go live in that? So it's exploring the metaverse. Is the real world pretty sad?
No, not really. I
Okay.
can't.
Okay.
You'll go on the journey, because
Okay.
it's. I don't want to spoil it too
Okay.
much, but sometimes, like, we think things would be so much better somewhere else. Sometimes we
Right.
have everything that we really want or need right where we are.
Oh, I
So
love that. Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't.
Ready
Yeah.
Player One kind of messed me up, where I was just like, oh God,
Ugh.
that's
Yeah.
awful. I don't want to
No,
live in a box and
it's
only
not.
live
Yeah.
outside of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's this idea that there's like many versions of ourselves, and I absolutely do believe in the
Right.
multiverse. And I think, like, I
Yeah.
don't know, I absolutely do, that there are very
It is.
different. There's a universe where instead of going left, you went right, and that splintered into a new
I
metaverse. And then
really like
there's,
that.
yeah,
That's
it's
so cool.
really, really great movie. So, and you won't get scared. Nothing scary.
I love it. I love it. That sounds amazing. To get philosophical about it, I think like fixed mindset and growth mindset, I think it certainly applies to that, of just like, you can be anything you want to be. You do not have to stay in this compartment. Like, you can grow. Well, you need the metaverse for it, maybe. But I think it's just nice to be like, all these things you were told, you don't have to. I love it. I can't
You
wait.
don't
I
have
can't wait.
to. You don't have to. All right,
Well,
shall we
thank you.
get
Yeah.
into wildin' or working it? Wildin' or working
Well,
it?
no
Who wildin'?
working it.
Who working it? Who
Who working?
wildin'?
Who
Who working
wildin'?
it?
Who working it? Yeah.
Wildin' or
Let's
working
do
it?
that.
Wildin' or working it? Who wildin'? Who working it? Who wildin'? Who working it? I cannot wait to one day hit the dance floor with one
Yes.
Renee Culver. You see these moves? She's so
Mm-mm.
good.
Do
Oh, look at her go. Look at her go. Oh, she's good.
Okay, all
Look
right.
at
That had no
her.
salsa beat at all, Renee. At all. I know, but I'm gonna shoehorn it in.
There's no one better than Renee Culver. There just isn't.
Oh
There
no,
isn't.
there's so many people. So many people.
Oh man. And I'm sorry, Tim, I just going back to the Alamo Draft House, and
Yeah.
Tim describes this perfectly. You have the wait staff scurrying around during the movie. Yes, like little mice, bringing you little things. They
Just
must
trying
have
to
back
help you out.
issues. They must have
Sweetheart.
back
Yeah.
issues, because they have to.
Yeah. Yeah. It just right. Oh. Oh, sweet buddies. Yeah,
It's
certainly back issues, but I also okay, so if you do that, what is that? The core strength of you has got to be pretty strong, though.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
bet.
Yeah,
I bet,
yeah.
I bet they have abs for days over at the Alamo.
Abs for days, and we're losing Stacy. Stacy scurrying out of
We'll
here
miss
like a
you.
worker
Thanks
at the
for being
Alamo
here.
Draft House. We are so glad to have you today. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, Stacy. We'll see you tomorrow. And welcome to Lauren and Amanda, who both joined as well. Give a penny, take a penny. That's how it works. Give a listener, take a listener.
Great, and it
And
works
look,
perfectly.
Honey is also joined as well. So we're gonna play While in or Working It. I got some stories for you, and you tell me what you think this person or this scenario is while in or working it. Oh
I
gosh.
love
All
it.
right. I think I'm only gonna have time for two. They're so meaty.
Okay, these
So
are
I think
long, well
we're
inner
all right.
workings. Okay. All right.
He's really
I am
long.
listening.
The first one's this one not as long, not as long.
Okay.
So this first one comes, can we show me Jared Leto as Morbius, Sarah? Do we have that photo of there's I don't know if he's our guy.
All right. Looking
So
good.
this is Jared Leto in the film Morbius. So apparently, Morbius was this film that's set in the Spider-Verse, not to be confused with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, though they would like you
Okay.
to think that it's a part because the MCU is so good. And these Sony movies like Venom, Morbius that nobody asked for, because Sony owns the rights to they own the rights to Spider-Man and all the Spider-Man characters, which there's a lot of Spider-Man characters. So they own the rights to that. It's the last holdout that Marvel doesn't have. Spider-Man's able to appear in some of the Marvel movies because it's a joint deal. Like Marvel's like, we'll make a Spider-Man movie for you. Can we? They lease Spider-Man out essentially, so that's how he's able to appear.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
But they want you to believe. You'll see a trailer and they'll be like, "Ooh, it's in association with Marvel." Name only. Kevin Feige and the MCU bunch have nothing to do with these movies. So Morbius came out recently. It is it's so bad. And then to Tim's point, does Sony still own Fantastic Four and X-Men? Great question. To get nerdy for a second, actually Fox owned Fantastic Four and X-Men, and a few years ago Disney acquired the rights back to Fantastic Four and X-Men. There is a Fantastic Four movie in the works by the MCU. Kevin Feige has promised that mutants are coming, so it's all coming home. The last holdout is we just don't have we don't own Spider-Man yet. Because we're all part of the Marvel family.
Love it.
Tim
and
Nate's
Nate
right. Marvel,
know what's going on. Wow. Yeah. I'm learning so much.
Yeah. So just because people will get confused, they'll be like, "Oh, because they'll say, oh, association with Marvel by name only." That's it. So, anyways, Morbius came out again. It's the premise of Morbius is he's sick and has a disease, and he uses bats to get not sick and then becomes sort of like a vampire. And he's sort of like an anti-hero. He's not good, not bad. He's just trying to live his life. And so then Sony was like, "Oh, we'll just make a movie about this character." Nobody asked for this. He's not even that popular of a character, but they're just like, "Who can we make a character of?"
Sure.
So the movie came out. It's got like 17% at Rotten Tomatoes. Everyone's like, "This movie is trash. What is going on?" And they tried to tease. There's a character from the MCU Spider-Man. They tried to tease it in the trailer. They have the end credit sequence. Sequences. They're usually a surprise, but Sony teased their end credit sequence in the trailer to make you think that like this moment's gonna happen during the movie, but it's not. And it's like it's this villain from the Spider-Man movie. Anyway, so it's not really part of the movie at all. It was like a ploy to try to get you to come watch the movie. Long story long. So the Morbius director confirmed that Jared Leto used a wheelchair throughout filming. Let me explain. Remember I said his character is like very sick and ill. And so Jared Leto would be so into character. Even when his character was healed, he just felt like his character still had that inside of him. And so, he would take so long to get around the set. He was on crutches at one point. And then he would then just need to be wheeled around in a wheelchair because it'd be faster to get him to move around. And then one time, like he went to the bathroom and it took like an hour because he just was so in character. Even when they're doing scenes when his character is like healed completely, but he's just like, no, the pain is still inside. And so he just was like moving at such a slow process, having to be wheeled around. What do we think? I mean, are we going in a dangerous territory of like questioning someone's process?
Yes.
But
this is absolutely ridiculous. You are an actor. Act. This is absurd. You have slowed down. There are people with families on your crew who are trying to get home to their kids. Get your stuff together and act, or let somebody else have the part. Absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. No. An hour to go to the bathroom? Get out of town. No.
And Renee, they had to start putting him in a wheelchair because he was taking so long to get around the set. They're
Absolutely
like, okay, let's
not.
just Let's
No,
just put him in a
that's
wheelchair.
absurd. I do want to go back to the comments to calm myself down. That Nate, I need you to run Hollywood. Nate has such good suggestions on how we can make this have a little bit more money, how they could make more bank. Nate, you're brilliant. But I am curious. Okay, even Daniel Day-Lewis knows what the word "cut" means,
Yeah.
and can
Finish
wipe in
up in
5
minutes. Yeah.
Nate.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think and like we hear tales of it. Like I think Jim Carrey had some trouble. So I want
Man.
to air just I want to give like the slightest little air bubble of maybe mental health is involved here, maybe like OCD is getting involved, maybe something is clicking in the brain that they're having a hard time pulling themselves back out.
Yeah.
So I will give like the slightest window of that, but my in general, you are an actor, act. You do not be it's not called becoming, it's called acting. So act or give it to somebody who can.
Yeah, it's so I
She
remember in acting
said,
school, they said it was so important to be able to leave the part, go in and come back out. And to your point, it's a healthy individual.
yeah,
And I don't I like for like Heath Ledger, for example, went to places that were too dark for him that he wasn't able to pull himself back. Like
yeah,
you can't go so far into the craft at the risk of losing yourself so far.
right,
Sometimes there are days when it's hard to shake it off, but you have to be actors must be the healthy individuals to be able to go to those places and come back and to know
right,
yourself. Like if okay, this is actually a place I shouldn't be going. I
right.
can't go and I can't play this
Yeah,
part. But also like to do all of this shenanigans, Renee, for a movie that like one, no, none of the fans asked for. Any of my
mm,
fellow nerds on here, did anybody ask for a movie about Morbius? Let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong.
yep, yeah,
Second, not only did no one ask for this movie, it's bad. It's so bad. And so to do all the
yeah.
shenanigans, it's a
Yeah,
superhero movie. Like, I mean, Robert Downey Jr.
absurd.
gave a great performance as Iron Man. Didn't have to do all
Mhm.
this. Wasn't like,
No,
oh, I got shrapnel
no,
in my heart, so I gotta
yeah,
walk slow because I'm always in pain. Or I'm a bit of
yeah.
an alcoholic, so let me drink on set all the time.
Of course. And I think that the best actors, their technique is I become that person. I think like that person. I do like that person. And that is how the performance gets so well. But I think the skill set of acting that separates you from a schizophrenic is you have to be able to stop when it says cut. And again,
That's
I'm
very
sure there's
true.
mental health in there, but if there's not mental health in there, then you're being a diva and you're holding everybody up and you need to pull it together and give the role to someone who can quit.
Well, also to this point of Jared Leto being Wyland, he also
Mhm.
was the Joker in Suicide Squad movie, and he was
Right.
his performance was people were like, what is happening? What is he doing? But also he
Okay.
was known on set to pull practical jokes on his fellow cast members of like
Mhm.
leaving a dead rat in a box, like leaving like a used like
Yeah.
sexual device. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
just what? Just really Wyland.
Yeah. Yeah. Some and Tim says sometimes taking a chance on a lesser known series works like Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, so we're back to like which shows should we highlight, which shows should we not? Yeah, I don't know. Jim, what do you think? I definitely think this is wiling and absolutely
Oh
absurd.
yeah, no,
Um,
he's absolutely wilding for no reason.
yeah,
Because everyone think
yeah,
if it worked out and it was like, oh, this was an Academy Award winning performance, it's like, dude, you're doing Morbius, you could do less and an hour to go to the bathroom, be able to wheel you
yeah.
around. This is just too much.
And so that we can be consistent, your art should not be based on the success of it. So I did whether it was successful or not. Even if it I think like even if this was successful, this behavior isn't okay.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Alright.
I don't like it. Wyland to me.
Yeah.
Where do
Okay.
you
Fair.
do we
No,
have
he's
a
absolutely wildin'.
okay,
There's no
good.
like
All
I know, yeah, this is a slam dunk. Yeah, and I do like that, Tim. I do love like taking I think Marvel's smart when they do give opportunities to lesser known actors. Also, it's cheaper for them to do that. A lot of
Yeah,
times what they'll do is they'll sometimes they'll bank on someone they think is going to be big. Because one, they can then really fully dive into that character, and two,
yeah,
they're not gonna come as with a bigger price tag. A lot of the big actors come with like back end. So they're like, well, I'll come on board, but I have to get like 20% of the box office or something like that. And
right.
that can get
Yeah.
expensive for the studios. Oh, and I do appreciate Nate's point saying about or Jared Leto here, that Nate's like, I mean, his body's on point, so I can just look at that. Sometimes it is. It depends on the role. And I know he's more than just his body. But I fell in love with Jared Leto during Alexander, because he played Alexander's love, Hephaestus or something. And I was like,
yeah. I love it. Yes, accurate. Yes, very, very hot in that movie. Okay, well, Jared Leto, honey, if you need mental help, go get it. And if you're being a diva, pull it together.
Yep. We can do one more while and we're working it, or we can hit to some of your news. What would you like, Renee? What should we do? Another while and
we'll save news for when I'm with Sarah. I want to hear it because you've got a big while and we're working it, right? That you're excited.
Well, we're not going to get to my big one. We just will not. I don't think we'll have. They're actually, these next two are pretty big. Okay. All right. I'll do one of these. All right. Go with me on this adventure here. So the headline is, okay. So there's a woman who is being excluded from family dinners. She's reporting this on Reddit. She's like, I'm being excluded from family dinners. She's half Black. And this is gonna be not this one, Sarah. I don't know if I actually have an image for this one, so I'll just tell a story. There's an image. There's a woman who or maybe I'll do the other one. Oh man, this is so tough. I want to do them both. I want to do them.
We get you until 8:20 or 8:25 today.
8:20 again. 8:20.
We got 10 minutes.
Out of here.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. So there's a story. So this woman, let me see. I'll see if I can do them both. So basically, this woman, she is being excluded from family dinners. And this is reported on Reddit. She's being excluded from family dinners, and she wasn't sure exactly. She's like, they always would act, very cold to me, and people were asking more questions on Reddit. It turns out that she's half Black. Everybody else on the other side, her husband's family, they're all white. And she gave some details. She said, so everybody else gets essentially invited. And she's like, I want to start off by saying that, my husband, he's a really good guy in a lot of areas. So that she wanted to, preface this. And so she says, my husband's parents, his two brothers, who are 38 and 40, and his brother's girlfriends and fiancés have a tradition of going out to dinner about once a month. She said, I'm invited about 50% of the time. I talked to my husband's brother fiance, and she says she's invited every time. And when I say I'm not invited, I mean that my husband tells me I'm going to the family dinner. It's probably best if you sit this one out. When I expressed that I wanted to come, he told me that it would be for the best if I didn't. And it has caused several fights. She goes on to say that one time she just was so fed up with this that she ended up she knew the restaurant they were going to, so she booked a table. So she booked a table there at the restaurant at the same time. And she said, I ended up seated at a table where I couldn't see his family, so I got up as if I was going to the bathroom, and I walked right past them. And she said my husband looked completely shocked and asked me what I was doing there. I told him that I had just been dying for a steak, so I came out and got one at the restaurant. She goes on to say that my mother-in-law said it was very rude for me to interrupt their family dinner. And she's like, I pointed out that I wasn't trying to join them. I was just going to the bathroom. And she said, I told them, have a good meal. And I left. And she said that she went to go finish her steak by herself. And it caused a big argument amongst the family. So is she...
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like we're missing a lot of information here.
So here's the premise. What people are boiling it down to, she's not getting invited is because she's half Black. So that's the whole entire reason. She's half Black.
Great. Yeah.
That's why she's not getting invited. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's the information I needed.
So she's not getting invited, essentially because she's half Black. Everyone else is getting invited. Do we think so? She pulls this move. I'm going to focus on this move that she does. Is she wilding by showing up to this dinner, or is she working it?
This okay. She needs to stand up for herself. Nate is saying she needs to stand up for herself when she did. She needs a new family. Nate, I agree with you. I was going to say the same thing. This is not something I expected myself to say, but she is wiling and that she's putting up with this.
Yeah.
The thing to be
Yeah.
done, you need a call needs to be made, but it's to your divorce lawyer. It is not. Get out of there. That's absolutely absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then take him for all it's worth, or get into arson, burn that place down. You can go to the restaurant, but don't do it for a reservation. I don't mean that is a terrible joke, and I do not mean it. Don't never ever burn a place down. Yeah, this is absolutely awful. I'm so sorry that this is happening. I hope she gets out. I hope she
Yeah,
leaves
this
him and
is
takes him for all
very
he's worth.
hard. Please get out of the yeah, that was my thing is that she shouldn't and the husband's wilding too, not really sticking up for his wife.
Yeah.
And she should Nate says she should have a steak dinner with the lawyer. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, and
Yeah.
on the husband's
Absolutely.
dime, have him pay for every bit of it.
100%.
Every bit of it.
Yep. Yeah. Yikes. What a mess. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that's happening. But yeah, get out of there. There's I'm trying to like explore like, okay, is there a way for reconciliation? And yeah, I don't think so. I think that's not your person. Let's get you out of there.
Agreed.
How
Yeah,
do you
no, I'm
feel?
with you.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I think everything you just said as well. I think she should leave whiling that this is happening and think that the
Yeah.
husband is whiling, the family is whiling. You in danger, girl, to quote Oscar
Get
winner
out.
Whoopi Goldberg. You got to get out of there. You got
Get
to
out of
get out
there.
of there. There's a movie called
Yep.
Get Out, and it tells you exactly what to do. Get out.
Yep. Get out. Get out. Eesh. Okay. All right. 5 minutes. You want to try it? Oh, you know
I
what we
think,
could do? We could do a to be
yeah,
continued. You could start
we
now,
do
and then we
too.
can. Okay.
You know, I'm also
Okay.
even hesitant to even do this one because it's a little might be a little controversial. So yeah, I think I'll put a pause on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
Yeah.
have our producer Sarah read it first and then
Okay.
we'll circle back to it. Okay.
And then we
All
can
right.
see if it
Sarah,
makes
I'm gonna
sense.
send
Great.
you the link. You tell me what you think that this is something that we should discuss here on Get On Up.
Perfect.
So we'll have a to be continued.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Amazing. Okay. Well, so I think we will, from that, we will hop into This Gives Me Hope. Well, This Gives Me Hope Wednesday. Just a little bit of news. Speaking of Wylan, I'm so curious about this. So are we all up to date on Johnny Depp's defamation scandal that's happening? You're familiar with that?
No,
It's
no, please catch me up.
okay.
Oh wait, yes. Okay,
So
I was thinking Johnny Knoxville for some reason.
oh, sure.
I was like,
Okay.
what did
So yeah,
Johnny Knoxville do? What
right,
hasn't he
right.
done?
No, the pirate Johnny Depp from the smash hit film Pirates of the Caribbean uh, is there's a defamation trial where Johnny is going against Amber Heard
Yeah.
of the defamation accusations. Depp filed a $50 million defamation suit against Heard after she wrote a Washington Post essay in 2018 headlined, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. That was what the headline was called. Although the essay didn't mention Depp by name, he claims that it damaged his reputation and cost him the role in another Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. So, I guess this could also be a while we're working, but what I
Oh
love is that
yeah.
Court TV is going to televise the trial. So,
Whoa, they want
what
those
we're hoping
ratings.
for, well, yes, I mean, and that is exploitive and not great, but the prayer is maybe that if it comes out that this happened, I think do we let's make sure that we've got the facts, we've got the evidence, we've got the thing, believe women. But if it comes out that it happened, we will have televised proof that this happened. And I
Right.
don't know that that is going to go as well for Depp as he thinks it does. So, well, this gives me hope is, I guess, for justice. In
Mm.
that I think you thought that you could maybe sweep this under the rug, and Court TV is like, "No, no, no, you certainly cannot." So I'm curious how that's gonna go. Get on Uppers, how do you feel about this? 1, would you watch? I would not. 2, Disney apologized to him, and now they want him back and are tentatively talking about him being Jack Sparrow. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Receipts on live TV, receipts on live TV. Nate says, "Yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be so curious
Mhm.
to see how this plays out." What do you think, Jam?
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of like I'm done with counsel culture. Get this man some counseling, and I think
Yeah,
once he sees the errors of his ways and deals with whatever his, I mean, there is abuse. He abused her,
right.
and that's the end of that. And I think Hollywood has done the right thing, and he got
Mhm.
recast in the. I mean, he got recast in the prequels to Harry Potter that are
Okay.
also written by J.K. Rowling. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's
just
also
riddled
just
with problems.
a
Yeah.
hot mess. Is Kevin Spacey also involved? Is he a producer? Like, what else is going on? What else is the mess that is there?
Yeah,
But I think the chickens are coming home to roost. I think people this I think that's how, and I think that's a good point of how pervasive the abuse and the muddy water of Hollywood has been, is that like there's mud everywhere. And we're just
yeah,
now starting to start clearing it out. And that's why we're finding it everywhere. And it's kind of alarming. And it's like, well, if we had already dealt with this or had a society that was already dealing with not even bad behavior, but just like being a bad human or just being like not an ethical, kind, caring, non-violent human being, we
yeah,
wouldn't have had to deal with this. So we're having the chickens are coming home to roost. You're part of the old school. You're out of here. You're done. And I think the damage that he attempted to try to do to Amber Heard, people were trying to get her kicked out of the Aquaman movies. Like fandom was absolutely violent.
right,
His whole
right.
entire experience. So,
Yeah.
to your question, I don't. I have to, but I also don't. I don't know. I think it's wild in that it's being aired on Court TV. I know Court TV is like jonesing for something because they haven't had something since the OJ trial, really, and they were just like,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
got
that's
we
exactly
got
what they're
bills to
saying.
pay.
Yeah,
I and I think it's like a slippery slope. Like whose next trial is going to be like aired on
right,
Court TV? I feel like the lines between reality and TV are already so blurred. I think it'll just make it
right.
even more confusing for us humans. And I think the
Agreed.
court system is
Yeah.
so messy in general that like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather read the court reports. Let's read those.
Sure. No, exactly. And again, this is so the head of Court TV. I'm so sorry. They're doing a bit of landscaping outside. I wonder if you can hear such a thing. Is that
I
coming
can't.
through? Oh, wonderful.
No.
Okay. So the head of Court TV is saying, and we need to get you out of here, so I'll be very quick about this. Court cases as high profile as this one often create a lot of noise, and that can be difficult for viewers to break through these distractions and have a clear picture of the facts. That's where we're coming in, so that you can sort of like assess it yourself. Now, granted, that is a person
Okay.
from Court TV who is going to make money off this. So, but
But you know what? That is a good
yeah.
statement because it had me sold. So sometimes you're having a good statement. Listen up, head of Disney. Sometimes having a good statement, I was like, oh, okay, that's their
Oh,
intention. All
all
right.
right.
Okay,
Well,
that
I
sounds
can
fair.
see why you're
Let
doing
the
this.
cameras roll. Let them
Exactly.
in. Let them in. All
Exactly.
right, get on
Exactly.
uppers. I have to hop on out of here early. Let's bring on Sarah Brown, producer Sarah
Hey,
Brown.
Jam.
Welcome, welcome.
Yay,
All
Hello.
right.
Sarah.
You
Hello.
you
Hello.
all you all have fun. My
All
FOMO is
right.
kicking in. Get on uppers. I will see you tomorrow and have a good rest of your show.
Bye,
Bye, Jam.
James.
Mwah. We love
Bye. We'll
you.
miss you. We'll miss you all the
Miss you
time.
so much. We love you. We love Sarah. Hi. How is it
Hello.
going? I'm so happy to have you back. Get on uppers are so happy to have you
Yeah.
back.
Happy to
Just
be
quick,
back.
how are you? How's your morning so far?
Morning is great. It
Okay.
is a little gross here in Brooklyn. It
Mm,
is raining.
okay.
We're in you lived here. It's that transition period between like
Sure. Yeah.
winter and summer
Yep.
where it's not really spring.
Right.
You
Right.
know? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It's that
Yeah.
weird sticky time in New York. Okay. Well, is your
Mhm.
day fairly light? Can we just kind of keep you inside and not throw
Oh,
you into
well,
the
yeah, yeah. I
mix?
mean, I'm like you. I work from home, so I'll be editing
Working,
away today. Yes,
of course. Of
working,
course.
living my dreams. Yes. Love it.
I love it.
Yes.
Well, I'm thrilled to have you. So, Sarah, is there anything that you want to talk about while we have you, or do you just want me to just be like, here's news, here's chain restaurants? Was there anything that
Well, I did want to talk about what you and Jam were just discussing with
Yeah,
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp because,
please tell us, what are you thinking?
well, when that first came out, obviously we're all going to believe Amber Heard. Like, we're
Sure,
always going to believe women. We should always
of
be
course.
doing that. And then when people were saying, oh, she's lying, like she abused him, and now it's this whole thing, it's just like, why? Both of them. I'm mad at both of them for like,
Yeah,
it's, and by televising this, it's just going to be more of a skeptical. And,
of course. Yeah.
I'm, yeah, it's just very, yeah, I mean, it feels like a publicity stunt sort of
hmm
on her end
hmm
because she's not that famous, right? Or am I
Yeah,
wrong?
I
Is she
didn't
famous?
know. You just broke the news to me that she is also an actor. She's also an actor?
Yeah, yeah.
Did not know
She
that. Okay.
so her and Johnny Depp met in a movie that they were in together, not Fear and
Okay.
Loathing in Las Vegas, a different one.
Okay. All
That
right.
like she played his love interest and then like they got together and then their whole relationship, like there were leaks supposedly of
Gotcha.
her sending like some nudes to her boo, to Johnny,
Okay.
being like, "Come get
Okay.
me, Tonto." Her
Oh
naked
boy.
holding a sign because he played. Yeah. Anyways,
Sure. Okay. All
yeah,
right. Which,
so
listen, your relationship, we love it. That's
yeah,
great.
none of our
Whatever you need to do.
business. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But when people are getting hurt, and especially
Yeah.
like what James was saying, there's a lot of mud in Hollywood. There's a lot of
There sure
mud
is.
in
hmm
the entertainment business. And I think the higher you rise, the more you see it, and the more you might be in it yourself. So I
Right.
think,
Yeah.
consent is sexy. Don't touch people who don't want to be touched. And like,
Yes. Yeah.
it's so simple.
Yeah.
Let's teach that. Let's
You
do
heard
that,
it
and maybe not yeah.
here first. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Sarah, what a perfect take. I couldn't agree more. And listen, Get On Uppers are right along with you.
Oh,
First,
they
Nate
are?
says hi.
Okay.
Doug says hi. Everyone's so happy to have you here.
Hi.
We love having Sarah on the show.
Hello. Oh
It's the
my
best.
goodness.
The
Thank
very
you.
best. Okay, so that I think maybe what we can all land on is this feels icky and sticky, and we don't know if we love it. I'm
Mm-mm. Yeah.
wondering if this next bit of information we can all be like, oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm
First,
ready. Ooh, I love it.
okay, so well, this gives me hope Wednesday. Where do we all land? Get on uppers, Sarah. Are you guys Beatles fans of the musical group
Oh,
The Beatles or a Paul McCarthy fan? You don't need to be. I'm not.
oh, you're
I
not?
can
Okay,
appreciate
me
them.
either.
I'm
I'm
not. No.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have
You don't need to be.
controversial opinions. I think they stole
Okay.
people's music. Anyways, we're moving on.
Okay.
We're moving on.
Okay.
We're moving
Then this
on.
this may or may not give hope. Maybe this can be like redemption for their behavior.
Yeah,
Maybe.
okay.
Um,
Oof.
so I
Okay.
think the collective sort of notion of the Beatles is we love them, we revere them, they're gods. Uh, I'll tell you the information first, and then we can all kind of land on how we feel about this. Paul
Mhm.
McCarthy's childhood home in Liverpool is set to open to unsigned artists to write music
Okay.
and gain inspiration. So he's got a home in
Ooh.
Liverpool that everybody's been losing their mind over. They
Oh,
go to
yeah,
visit, they
yeah.
go whatever. So it just
Mhm.
recently became available. And it apparently where Paul McCarthy wrote, I saw her standing there. So the
Yes,
property is
yes.
now owned. Right, exactly. So the property is now owned by a national trust, and McCarthy and his brother Mike are launching an initiative to
Mhm.
bring in a new artist. So it's now going to become
Mhm.
this sort of communal place where new artists can go and write music. I think when you are an artist, you're susceptible isn't the right word, but um, you have heightened sort of connection to energy of just like, oh, this is a
Mhm.
creative space, this is creative, whatever. So I guess that is the information. Do we
Okay.
like what they're doing with this childhood home?
The idea sounds great. I think
Okay.
that's kind of using your power. That's using
I
your
like that.
your fame in a good way. I
Yeah.
think you can agree, if we all had endless money, I'd love to open, a place for artists. But it's all about who's going to have access to that. What
Right. Yeah.
artists I want to see, like, is it just going to be a bunch of young white guys who
Sure.
are going to be
Yeah.
benefiting from
Fair.
this, or are we going to
Completely
see
fair.
black
Yeah.
artists, women artists, queer artists, Latino
Right.
artists, like Asian art? Are we going to see a more diverse people? Because
Yeah.
as we see from award shows and from the music industry and the higher ups, it's very white. And I
Yeah.
would love it if I think Paul McCartney could like redeem himself a little by making it accessible to everyone, because
I love this.
as somebody, you and I, theater background, when
Yeah.
you're starting out, they're like, we're going to pay you an exposure, a Metro card, and high five. By the way, the Metro card has $2 on it, so we'll spot you
Yeah.
the 75 cents. So it's sort of like, when I see these things, all in all, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's so great, but what's the fine print? Do people have to
Right.
pay for this? Like, are people, who's really going to have access to this? Because not
Yeah.
everyone can just go get an unpaid internship or go to this, thing where they can just write, which is great, but are they like, what's the caveat? What's the whatever? That's
Yes.
like, yeah, that's what I want to know.
No, I think that is a perfect opinion. I love that so much. And
Hmm.
while you were here, we had so many great Get On Uppers chime in. Amazing Wombat, Few Hamster, Sean, Gideon. We're so excited to have you. Sarah, I think that is a perfect take on that. I think the
Hmm.
idea is good. Using your power is good. Let's keep an eye
Hmm.
on this. Let's see.
Yeah,
Did we give access
yeah.
to the right people? Yeah. I
Hmm.
love that.
Hmm.
That's perfect.
Love it.
All right. Well,
Amazing.
turning the dial on over to silly. On over to silly. You guys,
Yes.
let's talk about the origin of chain restaurants. So, Get On Uppers, you tell me your favorite chain restaurant. And if it is on this list that I have found, I will tell you how it started.
Oh God. Oh
So,
God. Oh my God.
right. We love it so much. Well, I think we can. Here's what I would like to do. We'll play this for a little bit. We'll see how if we
Okay.
find them like, oh, this is boring, this is a snooze fest, then we can go to Sarah, you are my new best friend. But I also like we
Yeah.
just got to be friends. So I don't know that much about you. And I would love to do silly icebreaker questions. So maybe we'll do a few chain restaurants, and then we can do some silly
Okay.
icebreaker
All
questions.
right. I'm
You feel
ready.
okay
I'm
about it?
ready. Let's talk
Okay.
about Taco Bell.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Taco Bell, let's do it. Let's get
Let's
into
talk
it.
about Taco Bell and
Taco
all
Bell.
yeah, we love it. That's what
And
I
here
thought. That
it
was the first
goes.
one on the list. So I was like, oh,
Sure. Yes. Okay. Let's hear how it goes. Okay, so Taco Bell is absolutely in here. Hold on, please. Let's find our Taco Bell. All right. But Taco Bell, the founder is a guy named Glenn Bell, and he opened both Bell's Hamburgers and Taco Tina in California in 1962, Bell had the bright idea to combine those names of his name, Bell, and
mhm.
Taco. So he put Taco Bell together and down in California. And in 1967, there were 100 Taco Bells. And today, the brand has more than 7,000 restaurants around the globe. Now,
Mhm.
I,
Including one down
yeah,
the
okay, all
street
right.
from me right now.
Great. Great. Okay, first off, if we're going to Taco
Yeah.
Bell, okay,
Okay.
what is your order?
Okay.
And did it include the Mexican pizza? Are we devastated that that left?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Taco Bell, not my fave, but it's just
Nor
down the
should it be.
street for me, so it's what came to
Sure.
mind. Um,
Yeah.
I don't uh my friend went there like really drunk one time and asked, "Hey,
Yeah.
can I get a beef and bean burrito?" And they said, "Sorry, the meat hose is broken. We can't do that right now." So
No,
I ended
no,
my relationship with Taco
absolutely not.
Bell.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
besides but I will say the Baja Blast is
Sure.
chef's
Good.
kiss. Let's get some
Sure. Yes.
Malibu up in there.
Yes.
Let's do
Yes.
that. I mean, the Cinnablasts. Oh, amazing.
It's
What is your
everything.
order at Taco Bell? That's what I want to
Yeah.
know.
Thank you. And thank you so much for asking.
Mm.
I now will never go again now that I know there's a meat hose. Is that,
Yep,
can we just
a
go ahead
hose.
and swing back around? A
Yeah,
meat
do we want
hose.
to unpack that? Okay. All of my
Ay,
meat
ay,
comes out of
ay.
hoses, so like,
Right.
that's what
Okay.
I expect. Oh
Thank
God,
you.
I
And
hope
thank
there's
you
not someone
so
from
much.
Taco Bell watching this.
No, I think we're okay, but I do want to hear. Okay, so Nate is saying when the meat hose is broken, that's a little gross. Now there is something of like sometimes you can get everything you need for $5, so we do like the
Oh yeah,
price point.
great,
Yeah.
great, love it.
Um,
Yeah, the
and
hot
then
sauce.
I think
Oh,
we, fantastic. Get on uppers. Are you guys Taco Bell people? What are you getting at Taco Bell? Are you getting
ooh, yeah,
something
right.
provided by the meat hose? Do we have
Ooh,
anything? I think
yeah.
everybody's they're now that they've heard it, they're like, no, I don't need to chime in on that. I don't need
No,
to
I don't.
say
I don't
anything
need
about
to
that.
know. What's a different
Uh,
one? What's another or? What's your favorite?
sure. Well, I would love to but also Nate has requested that we do
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken or a KFC, as it were.
Oh.
I know. Okay,
I grew
so
up with that. I grew up with that. Oh.
we got to. Okay, well, first, what are we getting at KFC? What's like the staple KFC treat
Oh,
that you're
popcorn
getting for yourself?
chicken.
Of
Popcorn
course.
chicken, steak fries,
Okay.
buttermilk
Mhm.
biscuit, a
Mhm.
Coke.
Mhm.
Let's
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
into it. Oh my God. Love
Happy to
it.
have no, that all sounds fantastic. We love it. We love it so much. Here's the origin of such a thing. KFC, formerly
Yeah.
known as Kentucky Fried Chicken, was
Mhm.
founded by Harlan Sanders, who perfected the original recipe, and that made it into nearly every commercial because I feel like we know that,
Mhm.
right? If we were to
Oh yeah.
like not read this article, we're like, yes, it's like a certain amount of spices that they have put
Mhm.
in together. But he perfected his original fried chicken recipe and was working as a short order cook as a gas station in 2030.
Ooh.
1930.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
All
So
right.
all the way back to 1930. He even
Wow.
carved out the names of the 11 secret
Mhm.
herbs and spices in the back kitchen door. So he was crafting this recipe while he was working as a short order cook. This all led to 12 years later, he created his very first Sanders truck that turned into Kentucky Fried Chicken. And now there are over 21,000 KFCs worldwide. That seems like a lot to me. Is that a lot of restaurants? How do we feel?
Yeah. I
Good
do
amount.
have a
Okay.
sad fact, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
say it. I think ruined
Okay.
Taco Bell, so I'm gonna keep KFC in our
No,
hearts and
this all seems
minds.
about right. This seems all about accurate. Okay, I feel like you guys well, let's do one more. Do we want to
Okay,
do
yeah.
one
I
more? Are
did
there
see
any
Applebee's on there. That sounded
Let's do
fun.
an Applebee's. Let's do an Applebee's. Here we go. Applebee's coming at you. Just a second. Hold, please. Okay, hold on. White Castle, Applebee's, Subway. These are also your choices. Pizza Hut,
Ooh.
Potbelly. Great.
We could do any of these. Do you
Sounds
have a favorite fast food or do you not eat fast food?
great. Oh God, no, of course I do. Please. Yeah, I think I am famously known for loving Shake Shack.
Ooh, tell us about
Which
Shake Shack. That's
I
like
would love nothing more.
LA's finest. Or no, New York's
Right.
finest, sorry.
New York's finest that has made its way to LA. I love a Shake Shack burger. I love your crinkly fries.
Ooh,
I love
yeah.
your custard shakes. Delightful. All right, Nate is saying I like the mom and pop shops. I agree. And those are
Mhm.
just the places that you find like you're on the way. And Doug is saying let's do Burger King. So yes, I like a Burger King. Home of
Mm.
the Whopper got its start as a restaurant and originally called Insta Burger King. Okay. And it was
All
created
right.
by Keith Kramer and Mike Burns from Jacksonville, Florida. They were so impressed by McDonald's, they were like, you know what, we can do that. So I tell you what, the old capitalistic system was in play immediately of just like, well, I guess we're gonna compete with them. Insta Burger King, they were like, I guess we don't need the Insta. Took that right on off, became Burger King.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
Love it.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, I feel like we could go on for days about these restaurants. I also, can I tell you, Sarah, I looked at this article and I was like, oh, that'll be fun and interesting. But they're just giving me facts. I wanted scandal. I wanted,
Oh,
can you
juice.
believe? And this is
You
just like, oh
believe.
no, a guy with ambition created a restaurant. Great. Happy to, or
Wow,
like,
how
how did you come up with the
interesting.
name? I know. So
Yeah.
let's circle back around on this. If I can find more like juice, more
Yeah, let's
gritty
do it for
details in
tomorrow.
this. Okay. But for now, Sarah, if you'll have me, I would love to get to know
Love
you and the
to.
Get On Uppers by asking some funny icebreaker questions. Would you
I
be up for
love
such a
it.
thing?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's see.
Question number 1.
Okay.
What article of clothing
Mm-hmm.
could someone wear that would
Mm-hmm.
make you walk out on a date with them? So you go on a first date. Seems great. You're open-minded. I don't know this person, but they're wearing one article of clothing that you're like, I'm going to turn around and leave. I will not be participating in this.
Oof. A
Get On
MAGA
Uppers, I would also love
hat.
to hear from you. Yep, that would do it.
Honestly,
Okay.
that would do it.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, probably that. Any,
Yeah.
you know, MAGA paraphernalia, I'd be like, really?
Right.
Get On Uppers. If
Yeah.
you don't know, I'm queer, I'm gay, lesbian. I use those terms interchangeably.
Yes.
And when I go
Yeah.
on a date and I see my date with a, oh no, thankfully
Yeah.
that's never happened.
Can't
But
happen. Yeah.
yeah,
Isn't that funny? Yeah, because I was trying to think, like, for me, article of clothing, like, I think the sort of like tropes or stuff that is, 'cause honestly, it's everything I wear. So, like, someone in a hoodie, someone with dirty
yeah,
clothes,
yeah,
someone with sneakers, all me. That's entirely me. But is someone
yeah.
who does not care about fashion. I guess you're right. It would have to be some sort of article of clothing. Oh, Tim's coming in with a good one. Crocs.
Ooh.
Wearing Crocs to a first
Ah.
date. How would we
Ooh,
feel?
yes. I mean, it'd have to
Okay.
be for me to walk out. Like, it depends
Sure.
if I like know
Yeah.
their age already. Like, if they're my age, if
Hmm.
they're like in their 30s and they're wearing like a backwards baseball cap and
Right.
like
Yeah.
a popped collar thing. Um,
Right.
Side note, I went on a date and the girl showed up, or the person showed up in cargo
Yeah.
shorts, a popped collar, fanny pack, and a hat, and they looked like they were
Okay.
12, and I was like, I I
Hmm.
feel like I
Yeah.
am anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That
Yeah.
makes
No,
sense. I don't know.
it makes all the sense in the world. And I think there also is a sort of a follow-up question here of, on a first date, do
Yeah.
you show exactly who you are? Or like at your worst, lead with your worst so that they know what they're getting into? Or
Oh,
is it
yeah.
sort of respectful to be like, no, listen, you're gonna see that down the road. But right now I put
Oh,
in some
yeah.
effort for you because we're just meeting you. How do we feel?
Um, it's hard for me to hide who I really am as a person.
Sure.
I'm very extroverted and very like, ah, like all the time.
I love it. I love it.
So
Yeah.
when I'm on a
Yeah.
first date, like I want to get to know a person. I want to like,
Right.
you know, be able to have intelligent conversation and like really get to know them. So I mean, if I see a future with them, I just want to be myself all the time, like
Yeah.
100% real, like this
Same.
is what you're getting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and if I don't like who they are and they don't like it, I don't have to go on another date with them, but at least I'll
Great.
know I was 100% myself and true to who I am.
Perfect. Please write a dating book immediately. As soon as you're done with this, I know
Yeah,
you have editing today, but also let's
yeah,
get you a
I'll
dating
write the
book.
dating book.
Okay. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. That's
Great.
all I ask. I love it. I love it so much. And I think to your point, that's exactly right. Of yes, there are maybe like etiquette things to adhere to, but ultimately your person is going to love whatever you show up in. So even if it doesn't
Exactly.
apply to the etiquette, if it's your person, they're going to love
Hmm.
it. Great.
Hmm.
Perfect. Okay. This is another get to know you. Here we go. And Get On Uppers, this applies to you as well. I
Ooh.
know that this is controversial, but here we go. What is your most used emoji? Mm, no, wait, listen, we're probably going to lose some listeners from this because it is deep.
I'm looking at my phone real quick.
Oh, you can
I'm
actually give us accurate.
literally
Okay.
Well, because there's a little.
Will
Well,
tell you, right? We'll
my
see.
most used emoji.
Yeah.
I use different ones. My favorite one is the monocle one that's like this,
Oh,
but I
the
never
best.
really get to use it. So
Right.
probably the crying, laughing one is my most
Yeah.
used because I'm always like, ah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it should be.
Mhm.
Swinging back around to dating just real quick. The problem I have, this is from Tim, is that I'm more, the more attracted I am to someone, the more reserved I am. I agree. Yeah, because you're just like, I'm comfortable with
Oh.
you. It's fine.
Mhm.
It's fine. But with the emojis, so Doug doesn't use emojis, which is fair. That's fine. I
Yeah.
would say I am a light emoji user. I would
Yeah,
say
yeah.
if it's light, medium, strong, I would probably chime with light. And then Tim's like, just an old smiley face is perfect.
Classic
I
Tim. Classic.
still use the colon parentheses. Is that what it is? To like
Ooh,
make a
you're old
sideways smiley face.
school.
And I
Okay. All right.
think that that is more okay boomer than it is like, aw, look at that. That's an antique emoji. I think it's like antique and charming, but I think
Mhm.
maybe it's okay boomer. How do we feel about using the sort of semicolon parentheses for a
I
smile?
think it's antique and charming. I don't
Thank
think
you.
because there are boomers
Okay.
out there who don't know that at all.
Sure.
And also, you're
Okay.
not a boomer.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Yes. I think it is. She's either Gen X, she's a millennial. Who's to say? But boomer, we
Who's
can
to say?
stand staunchly, and she's not a boomer.
Yeah,
We know she's not a
no.
boomer. Great.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Now this is gonna be hard, and it may be difficult for all of us to talk about.
Okay.
What is the worst haircut you ever got?
Do you want
Have
me
you
to look
ever?
up in my pictures? Let's see. Hold
Yes.
on. Let's
Um,
go back to, let's see, the worst haircut. I'm trying to look back at my
I know.
photos.
Okay.
Hmm.
Like a
Let's
little point of reference.
see.
Get on uppers. I would love to
Yeah,
hear from you
yeah.
too, sort of the style that you thought. My problem is I have very curly hair up top and then sort of like stringy hair at the bottom. So I
Oh.
continuously will see a model with straight hair, like a short haircut, but the model has straight hair. So I think I can get away with it, but I don't because I don't have the same texture hair. So in 2008, I got, do you remember that like A-line cut that was super popular? So it was like literally she took the buzz cutters to the back of my head and then it went like down to my chin. And on the model, it looked just like chic and like, nice. But I have curly hair. So it was a clown, Sarah. I was a clown for a full year while I waited for that to grow out because it was just curly and frizzy and ugh, what a mess. How about for you?
Um,
What was yours? Oh, there's our girl. Yeah. Now, Sarah, I will say that that's hot. I think you look great.
oh,
But walk
thank
me through
you.
where in that you feel that it went south.
I feel, well, because you can't really see the back. Like right now, I have like a
Okay.
mohawk all the way down,
Yeah.
but this was like the side shape. Like I only had it the underside of my hair was shaved, and then I had like a little ponytail on top. It's a
Gotcha.
very like
Okay.
interesting. And at one point, I was dating someone with the same haircut as me, so it was like
Sure.
this
Yeah.
new level of
Right. Right.
everything. Yeah, and I think I do have one where like my hair was like kind of like what you had, like right on my
Right.
chin, but I just feel
Right.
like because my hair is so curly, it doesn't look good like
Yeah.
that. I can't really
Yeah.
do
They
like,
don't
yeah.
tell you that. I wonder, and then okay, so let's see. Doug, my aunt messed up my hair. She was trying to cut it and it was just all over the place. And then my dad had to take me to the barber shop to get it shaved. I think we've all been there. All been there
Oof,
where you
we've
tried a
been
haircut and
there.
you're just like, huh, well, this didn't
Hmm.
didn't quite go the way that I planned. Um, yeah, it is a curious like second question of like, is it on the person cutting the hair to like assess and be like, you have curly hair. This will not look the same. That I see the picture that you've shown me, but your hair does not look like that. Is it on them to be like, wait, 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 let's think about this? Or they're just it's only they just got to do what you tell them to do. Is there an ethical responsibility of our hairstylist to say that will not look good on you. Ish.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I've had hairdressers who are like, like, I don't know if this will be great or whatever. But not, I don't think every
Right.
hairstylist will do that. But I would hope that, like, if you bring something in to a
Right.
hairdresser, they're like, that's gonna look a little different, and they'll have the knowledge
Yeah.
to be like, hey, let's try this
I don't
instead.
think that's quite going to look the way it is. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, let's do.
Mhm.
Sarah, I'm loving this. I am loving getting to know you. This is a lot of fun for me, and if you'll have me, I would love to do this the rest of the week.
Great,
Final
amazing.
one for today. Who
Mhm.
was your childhood actor, actress, singer, like famous, like your celebrity crush? Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Let's see. Like, Justin
It's a little,
Timberlake.
yeah,
Maybe then
sure,
that evolved to like Orlando Bloom. Oh, well,
sure. Yeah,
he's not that much older than me. So maybe that was more like high school, college.
fair.
Yeah, I would say like in high school, maybe Ryan Reynolds or
Good. Good choices. Yeah.
something, not Ryan Reynolds. Oh my God, I'm mixing up my white men. Who's
Sure.
the guy
It
married to
happens to the
Eva
best of us.
Mendes?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Who's Eva Mendes? Get on numbers. Do you know? Let's see.
Wait, who's the guy
Eva
who was in La La
Mendes
Land?
has Ryan. Yep. Hold on.
Ryan Gosling.
We
Ryan
can there we
Gosling.
go.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
loved
Thank you so
Ryan
much.
Gosling.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I l-
Ryan Gosling and Orlando Bloom as Legolas in Lord of the
love
Rings.
it.
Oh,
Mm,
that long
mm,
blonde
mm, mm,
hair.
mm, mm.
Loved it. Loved it.
So helpful. So helpful. Now,
So
listen, get
great.
on uppers are chiming in as well. Doug is saying, I never had one. Nate is saying, male soap opera actors without a shirt on. Because of course, like, you're just a kid. I would imagine, Nate, that your parents are watching it and you're like, excuse me? Well, excuse
And you're just
what?
like, oh,
What have I found? I think it's
mhm,
great. And Tim, listen, Tim helped us out. Had I just seen it soon enough, Ryan Gosling was the name that you were looking for.
mhm.
I love it. I don't think it'll be shocking to hear that I love Tom Hanks all the live long day, big Sleepless in Seattle. Oh my goodness
Oh my
gracious. What a
goodness.
guy. What a guy.
Of
We
course,
loved it.
of
We
course,
loved it. We
that's who I
loved it.
see you with, a Tom
Thank you.
Hanks,
Thank you. A
a
Tom Hanks. A Tom Hanks type
60-year-old,
character.
just
Just a kind man. We love it.
just a
And Thundering
kind old
Lobster
man.
saying
Ooh,
hi to both of us in hopes that we have a good day. Thundering Lobster right back at you. I
oh,
hope you do as well.
yeah. Oh, and
Now,
Mom joined the stream.
thank goodness. Okay.
Somebody named
Well, everybody on
Mom.
best behavior, you guys. Best behavior. Mom's here. Everybody straighten up. Here we go. All right, Mom, I've done my chores. My homework is done. We're going to be okay.
Amazing.
I
Amazing.
love it. Now, Sarah, all of a sudden, it is time to end the show. You are such a joy that you just make time fly. What a nice thing to
Oh,
have you
thank
here.
you.
I
Thank
love it.
you.
I love it so
Thank
much.
you.
So now tomorrow is Thursday. You guys, we will be back again tomorrow. We're here every day at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow's Thursday, so we're going to do a little bit of a Thirsty Thursday. We'll let you know what we're thirsty for, what we're looking forward to. I'll probably give you some accidental thirst traps, things that are not sexy but have brought me comfort. We'll be talking about what's going on in the news. Sarah, I get you again tomorrow, right? For the last half?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah. So
here.
a lot to look forward to tomorrow, but there's plenty right here on Backchannel. Up next on this very channel, we have Anthony Davis. And then after
Oh,
that
love
is your
him.
pal Hal. Following
Yes.
that is Mario Smith. And
Yes.
if you're just like, well, I've got nothing to do. I wish I had something to do. I have a suggestion. If you would like to leave this show a review, you can head on over
Oh,
to Backchannel TV. So backchannel.tv, hit the review button. Maybe say a nice thing or two. We'd love to have it. And then again, we'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m.
amazing.
What
Amazing.
a time. What a time. What a time. All right, get on numbers. Thank you so much for watching us. I am Renee Colvert.
And I am Sarah Brown.
And you just
got
on
up.
up. What a team. What a team. All right. Bye, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And yes, I will watch Cleopatra. Thank you, Nate. I will remember.
Yes,
Thank you,
Renee, watch Cleopatra. We'll sing it
Yes,
tomorrow.
I will do it.
Go back.
Okay, bye, guys.